Alrighty, howdy y'all. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Today we've got push. So, going to be pushing it out today. That sounds bad. Anyways, gonna be starting with bench press. I saw something on TikTok where it's like recently the science-based lifting community has been all in weird about stuff. I don't know. I feel like, work out and just do what you want to do. Like I've always been more on the side of like just almost like science-based lifting and that stuff is kind of reminding me of like kind of like politics almost. Like there's some people that are really far on the science-based lifting. There's some people that are really far on like the I guess I don't even know what the other side, just the lifting to lift, or I guess ego lifting is kind of the other spectrum. But like, just I've always been more on like the just slightly more on like the science base because I'm natural, so I want to be doing as much that's backed by science because I don't have the help of like steroids or anything to help boost that along. But I mean, I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Just go and work out, man. Like, it does not matter that much. It only really matters if you are trying to compete in something. And if you're trying to compete in something, then do what is best for whatever you're trying to compete in. Other than that, just have fun. Go to the gym. Get better. Lift weights, I don't know. I feel like people take it way too seriously. And I'm like super, like, I take my lift seriously. Like, I go and I push and I work my ass off and I do all that because that's what I want to do. And that's what I would say bodybuilding requires. And even then, I'm still not like where I should be in terms of like what I want. And I'm constantly trying to get better every day. But like, just go lift, man. Just go have fun. Go do your thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you're not training for something specific, just go in there and move weights. Don't be obnoxious. Be a good person. Meet some people. It's really all that you need to do. But anyways, we're gonna pick out a shirt for push day. I kind of brought that up because they were apparently, along with like the discussion with the science-based stuff, they were saying something about like great, now I'm blank. Bench press being like super optimal again or whatever, and I've always just thought bench press is optimal normally, or like not optimal, I guess, because optimal means like you're doing what is absolutely best for a workout, or like something to the very best of your abilities. And bench press, I mean, obviously there's going to be the minor differences that each workout benefits you in, and bench press is just a good overall chest workout. So, but I forgot where I was going with this, but they were saying it wasn't optimal, then it was. I don't know. I guess I didn't really care enough because I think that's just gossip almost. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's stuff you don't really got to worry about too much, as long as you just keep doing what has been working for you and all that. But anyways, gonna be starting off with bench press. Buddy's not going to the gym with me today, so either I'm not gonna have a spotter or I'm gonna have to get some help from someone. And then incline, maybe even do incline dumbbell press. I mean, I'll see how I'm feeling. I wouldn't mind trying out some incline dumbbell. My front delts are a bit sore from that last shoulder day on Friday because it was the first one back after an 11-day break, so my muscles are extra sore after those workouts. So we'll see how we're feeling after bench press. But I haven't done incline dumbbell bench press for a while, and I know that's a really good workout. I know the incline machine is still technically better, but I don't know. So yeah, also I broke another shaker cup that was $3 from the store after that blue one, so I guess I'm using my Owala bottle that my girlfriend got me, my favorite water bottle, for my pre today. But yeah, gonna go get some dinner, then I'm actually coming back here to get ready, and then I'll be going to the gym. We all won't see any of that, so I will see y'all at the gym.
Alrighty, starting chest off, if you couldn't have already guessed. Barbell bench press. I don't have my typical buddy here with me as he is studying for an exam right now, his last one and the only one of our semester here in Australia. So I had one of the other people that I had met here in Australia spot me for this one. Awesome guy, and I thanked him for spotting me on this set. And this is about the peak of what is this lift, this workout today, this lift, I guess. Because the rest of the lift was just downhill from there. As you can see, I was trying to get 100 for a 5, and at the end there I'm tapping my right chest, my right pectoral, and it was in a bit of pain. I was still sore from Friday from that chest day, and it kind of hit me early in the workout. I decided to go lighter for these incline machine press, because it was just, it hurt. And normally I'm not one that's like huge on going super hard if I'm still sore in an area, because what's the point? Your muscle hasn't even recovered. Like, you're just damaging broken muscle again already. But when I, like, going into the day, I didn't think that I didn't feel that sore, at least. I could feel that it wasn't 100%, but it was just like, just like a stretch and whatever, and I'll feel like normal. And that didn't end up being the case, so I ended up sticking it out regardless for the rest of this workout. Got through my first 2 chests, which is why I went lower on those incline press, because I wanted to not hurt myself, obviously. And then moving on, I tried doing these dumbbell lateral raises again, and on like this, and it just wasn't feeling right. The other time I did them, it felt really good, and I just feel really awkward on the bench, so I might not be doing them right. But I ended up just switching back to doing it where I'm like laying on the bench and doing like both arms. I don't know if I can really make an example with the chair, but where I'm kind of forward like this. Oh, I get a nice view of my booty in the mirror. But I'm like this and then going sideways, but obviously a little higher up for the bench. So yeah, I felt like that was the best way of explaining that. Maybe not, but anyways, did that for the last 2 sets because the doing it this way wasn't feeling that great. I wanted to change it up a little bit. And then moving on, we got some single arm tricep push downs. Now, these went pretty good. These were also, they weren't like anything insane. Like, it didn't feel like amazing. It just felt how it should, So these were also okay for the workout. And I did actually forget to do easy bar skull crushers for this workout. I did say that that's when I would like normally do them. I did end up doing overhead tricep extension regardless after this set that you'll see. Not that it's a big deal. It's obviously fine to have the variety. I did want to do them a little bit more since I'm doing them a little more frequently now. And an actually really neat fact, I probably don't talk about it enough. The screenshots I get, which you're about to see right now, of where I am logging my workouts and tracking my exercises. It's called Aero Fitness app. If you don't already know what it is, it's my favorite fitness app that I found. I really enjoy using it. And I actually just went in and noticed that you can go through your workouts and see how many workouts or how many sets of each workout you've done. And it goes from like a month to a year to all time. And I looked at all time, and my most frequently done exercise is cable tricep pushdowns. Now, that's probably because there's no separate category for like single arm pushdowns and unilateral or just normal. I'm losing my air. Normal tricep pushdowns. So, because obviously you just set it to unilateral. Sorry, unilateral and single arm are the same thing combined. Regular tricep pushdowns. There's no separate section for them, so you just turn on unilateral and it counts, whatever. But that one was actually my top one by 70 sets, which was crazy because I felt like I do everything pretty evenly. And I would go back in and look now, but obviously I'm using my phone to record, so I can't quite do that. But I decided to go a bit lighter on readout flies today. I don't know, just because it was an off day, I decided I wanted to go for less weight and more reps. And then finally, to wrap up the workout, overhead tricep extensions. These have only gotten better, except for this. Again, today was just, I wrote on Aero that today was just kind of I think a poor push day is how I wrote it on Aero. It just was not good. I actually ended up, my left elbow, and you'll see me probably grab at it, but it felt kind of almost tweaked when I was done with this. During the workout, I couldn't really feel it, but after, and then the next 2 sets, so I guess during the first set I couldn't feel it, but the next 2 I did kind of feel it a little bit. Was able to keep up the weight though, and it wasn't anything that hurt after. It was just kind of felt a little off, just a little, maybe needed a little more of a warm up rather than before starting it. But also, I know with this top, this workout shirt, that there's a few nip slips in there. Don't mind that. Don't mind. You shouldn't even be looking. It's rude. It's rude. But no, I apologize. Not that it's a big deal because I take my shirt off for my posing anyways. But yeah, So overall today was a little rough. I don't normally like I told my buddy after, and this is what I should have done. I should have done abs instead of chest because it was not worth doing chest when it hurt that much just because they weren't fully healed. Um, and especially since I just jumped into bench press with the weight I was expecting to be able to do and then wasn't. But we still managed to get through the day. I mean, that's my advice. If you're sore, either don't go to the gym. I wouldn't even say don't go to the gym. Just make sure you stretch. Stretch and recovery is important. I have a Theragun, or I guess it's not a Theragun because that's the brand. I have a massage gun. I like to use that. That helps a lot. Yeah, just make sure you're not hurting yourself because that's really just the worst thing you can do in the gym. But yeah, posing pretty good. I was actually able to grab a bit better on the tricep posing. Felt a little bit better at least with the grabbing. Yeah, I think that's all I've got. I got to become more interesting. It's kind of hard for me to keep talking about stuff. Well, and that's what you get when the thing you're talking about is just, for me, it's going to the gym every day. That's what I look forward to but it's the same thing. I mean, it's just, that's the discipline part of it is consistency and making sure you're still going and improving. But, yeah, so that's all I've got for you guys. Here's cardio, and I'll see you back at the apartment for some New Zealand talk. Alrighty, and we are back at the apartment. Now, continue. Oh, also, if you hear this, hopefully it's not too loud. I have a fidget cube that I like to just mess around with. I got this, oh gosh, it feels like I just got it yesterday, but I think I got it 5 years, 4 years ago? 3 years? I don't know. I specifically remember it was Christmas. I got it with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So whenever that came out, it was around that time, maybe a year after it came out or something, but I really wanted to play it for my Xbox, and I got this with it on that Christmas. That's all I can remember. Anyways, I'll set it down so it's not too loud for the camera or anything. But next up in the New Zealand trip, we went on down from Christchurch we were making our way down to Queensland. Not Queensland, Queenstown. Queensland is the northern state territory of Australia. Ugh. I get them mixed up a little bit. I'm not great at. I used to be fantastic at geometry. Not geometry. I used to be fantastic at geography when I was younger, and now I'm absolutely atrocious at it. And apparently, I'm atrocious at speaking as well. Anyways, we were making our way from Christchurch to Queenstown, and we were taking the exact same route that me and my buddy had taken 2 months ago when we were in New Zealand, except the other way. So we made sure to stop at 2 just absolutely beautiful spots. There was this one area where we stopped at for lunch, and the drive there was about 6.5 hours total, maybe 7-ish. But we went down there, we stopped. It's just you'll see the pictures. I'll put I'll shrink down and maybe even put 3 pictures up there. But it's just fantastic. I mean, that's why I said New Zealand, honestly, at this point in my life, based off of what I've seen so far, if I were to retire anywhere, it'd be New Zealand. It is beautiful. And I just don't think that magic of the scenery would ever go away, even with living there, if that's where I lived. I mean, some people that live there may argue that that's not true, that it's just, oh yeah, wake up, there's another mountain. Oh well, whatever, go about the day. But anyways, we stopped at those spots, got some pictures, and I think the main part is I'm just trying to drag it on so maybe I can show more pictures so you guys can actually see them. And then we continued on to the next spot where we kind of stopped at, and it's the biggest, I believe it was the largest mountain in New Zealand. I could be wrong. I don't remember what it's called either, but I'll show pictures of that as well. It'll probably be there or whatever. But yeah, we stopped there, got some really nice pictures, a very beautiful spot. We made our way to Queenstown, and we got there, had a little trouble finding our Airbnb, and it was unfortunately raining that afternoon, but we still went out, we walked through the town, went through some gift shops. I got a lot of gifts for my family and my girlfriend, and we showed them I keep wanting to say Queenstown. And when we were there, it was like when me and my buddy were there 2 months prior, it was super sunny, super beautiful, like you could see everything. But then when we were there with his parents, the water level was extremely high. It was raining, cloudy, you couldn't see any of the mountains in the background, and we felt really bad because we wanted his parents to be able to see all the beautiful scenery that there was to be seen there. And thankfully, and I'll leave this for the next video, but I'll just kind of say now, thankfully they did clear up the next day. But the rest of that day, we went and got food at the Fat Badger. It was some really good pizza. Got some, did we get ice cream? I don't think we got ice cream. But went out just a little bit longer, went through some more shops, and then we headed back to the Airbnb, went to bed. And it'll lead us on to the next day, which will be in the next video. So obviously, as always, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day.